allsvenska säsongen 2019 är på väg att ta slut. ÖFK har en match kvar, matchen mot IFK Göteborg på lördag. Och den matchen blir också Joe Sargisons sista match i ÖFK. Han återvänder då till sin ordinarie tjänst på Engelska fotbollsförbundet. So Joe, your time in Östersund will soon be over and you're moving back to England. How's that?
Yeah, that's right. I'm after the final game against Gothenburg on Saturday. I'll be there with the players and the staff for the final game, and then flying back to England to start back at the Football Association on Monday. So yeah, it'll be an emotional game, I'm sure, but I'm looking forward to making sure we do the job and do everything we can to get 3 points, really. Was
it a hard decision to move back to England?
Yeah, of course. It was very difficult. It was a choice that I made not lightly at all. You grow connected to the players and the community and people around the club. It's the same in any work when you coach. You see the players every day, and you obviously get to know them well, and as people away from the field as well. So and the community as well, and everybody associated with the club. It's been an extremely difficult decision, but it's one that I think I had to make. So,
what do you think about the time here in Östersund?
It's been an incredible period of my life from a personal point of view. Obviously, the challenges have been there for everybody to understand. It's been well documented. Some of the challenges at the club and around the club, and obviously some challenges on the field with players and injuries, and obviously you're selling some players at key moments as well. So from a coaching perspective, at times not playing very well as a team and trying to find different ways to help influence the players and make a contribution really to their development. It's been a challenge on a personal level in terms of my experiences and skills as a coach as well. So it's been a wonderful experience from that point of view.
I remember when I picked you up at the airport, and it was a little cold morning, I think, and we go to the youth house. Yeah. And then you met the players.
That's right.
They have been happening a lot since then.
Yeah, absolutely. It was back in June. It was the end of June, and we were just getting ready for my first game, which was Gothenburg at home, when we drew 0-0, and I can remember it very well. It's 4 months ago. There you were, the first person that from the club, officially from the club, that was there at the airport to collect me, make me feel welcome, and then obviously straight into it, met all the players, and away we went from there. And you're right, it's been some of the things that have happened. It's been a crazy experience. It almost feels like maybe a career's worth of situations all in the space of 4 months, which has been very difficult for all concerned. But when I reflect back, when I get back home, I'll probably look at it as a wonderful experience, because we've had to adapt and find different solutions to help the players do what they need to do to stay in Allsvenskan. So yeah, you're right. It's been an action-packed 4 months.
And you were a head coach for 1.5 game.
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't expect that at all. Obviously, it happened so quickly. You'll remember. We'll not talk about the incident, but it happened very quickly, and I can literally remember coming off at half-time, walking down the tunnel, and having to get my head clear to speak to the players and get everybody nice and calm, ready for the second half, because we were playing very well against obviously the league leaders at the time, and then of course the news that I was going to be sort of the manager for 1 game, if you like, or head coach for 1 game, together with the staff at Häcken, which was a wonderful experience as well, and everybody supported me with that. I'm particularly grateful and respectful of the players who I thought were wonderful towards me as well. So yeah, that was an unexpected experience, but one that I will always remember.
I remember that we were in the dressing room, and I looked at you and I said, I think it's 12 minutes to half-time is over, and you were looking little bit confused, and then okay, we do this.
Yeah, yeah. I think everything happened so quickly that literally in my head it was a case of okay, well this needs doing now, then it needs to be that, then we need to get everybody calm and focus on you know, the second half, and yeah, you know, you and all the other staff that were there helped me through it, and really we had a job to do, and it was important to go out and get on with it really. So it happened very, very quickly, although at the time it didn't seem that way. But a really good experience, a real privilege for me to be there that day with the club. Yeah.
Tjena, Felix Hörberg här. Nu släpper vi säsongskorten för kommande säsong i Allsvenskan. Häng med oss under säsongen 2020 och stötta ÖFK. Vi har ett ungt spännande lag och siktar mot toppen av Allsvenskan. Gå in och köp ditt säsongskort nu på ÖFKs hemsida. Vi ses i vår när fotbollssäsongen drar igång igen.
Vi pratar med Joe Sargison alltså, som nu lämnar tränarrollen i ÖFK och går tillbaka till sin ordinarie jobb på Engelska fotbollsförbundet. What do you think about the players in Östersund?
As in terms of their talent, I think there's some obviously I'm biased because I've worked with them every day and got to know them as well, but quite clearly we have a group of extremely talented young players, and I say young because everybody knows it's one of the youngest groups of players in Allsvenskan, and I think that's really important for the future. So huge potential, and I really look forward to following their development in the next sort of 2 or 3 years.
How had the work with Ian and the rest of the staff been?
Yeah, it's been a good experience. We've worked hard, obviously, to find solutions, really, to find ways to help this group of players through the situation that they've been faced with, both on and off the field. And you know, everyone knows results have not always been good, and we've been through a very difficult spell. So yeah, we've all worked together to find different solutions and different ways of helping the players find the difference, the edge, in order to play well, number one, and to perform consistently over a number of games that ultimately leads at some stage to a win or a draw to get the points that you need for survival. And it's been a good effort from a lot of people, and I think we're all absolutely delighted that, you know, we've together found a way to stay in Allsvenskan. That's crucial.
How good is Allsvenskan if you compare with anything else?
Yeah, it's been a really good league. I've really enjoyed it. It's always a difficult. I get asked this quite a lot, as you can imagine, back in England as well. It's very difficult to make comparisons with back home or other European leagues. You know, I think there's 2 or 3 teams in this league who clearly would, you know, be able to play, you know, probably at championship level back home. You know, and there's other teams not quite at that level, but in particular the style of play is really interesting for me. You know, a lot of possession-based football and patient build-up. You know, some good technicians, and probably, you know, but tactically the game is a little bit wide open at times, you know, for counter-attack. So it's been interesting from a coaching perspective to watch the different styles and look at the different teams that we played against and figure out ways to try and beat them and try and exploit them as well. So it's been a really good experience, yeah.
What will you miss in ÖFK when you go home?
Look, it's you know, I'm going on Saturday, so obviously, you know, it's a bit emotional, you know, to be saying goodbye to people naturally, even though it's only been 4 months in terms of time. You know, when you work at a club this size, in a town this size, where the club is so important for the town and the people, obviously learn about the history and all the work of you know, Graham and all the people associated and the players that played in Europe, so the history and how the club's evolved. You know, you get very close, you get very attached. I get very attached anyway as a coach to my players, because it's just part of my profession and it's part of my my character, really. So yeah, I'm going to miss it massively. I've not had a chance to process it yet because I'm still here. I'm still focused on Saturday. You know, we're going there to win, obviously. We've got a job to do to get the players prepared, but it's been a huge part of my life in many ways, and you know, I hope I can come back, you know, in the future and come and watch some games and stay in contact with everybody. So.
And what will you miss in the town of Östersund?
In the town, I think just the people. You know, people are very friendly here when you walk around, and you know, just in the local shops and restaurants and cafes, people have always been very kind, very genuine, very good. It's a beautiful town, you know, with the lake and all the walks and everything. It's been a wonderful experience. So yeah, it's been a big part of my life, this experience, for sure.
What will happen now when you come back?
When I go back to England, well, I'll start work on Monday, believe it or not, back at the Football Association. So I'll go back into working in 5 professional clubs, supporting players and coaches. You know, some of my clubs, as you know, Leeds United and Sheffield Wednesday, you know, Aston Villa, Sheffield United, clubs like this. So I'll be working with players and coaches and senior management, and then I'm also delivering the UEFA A licence qualification for the English Football Association at St George's Park, which is our national headquarters. So and hopefully we'll get a chance to be working with one of the national youth teams this year, one of the national under-16s or under-17s teams. So straight back into it on Monday, very busy, no time to rest, and you know, I think that's the best thing for me really, is to go straight into work. So so I can't sit around the house moaning too much about coming home. So
thank you very much, Joe, for this time. I hope to see you.
Thank you
Once again.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a privilege, and a massive thank you to the supporters of Allsvenskan Football Club as well for staying with us. It was very emotional the other night at the game, and we all appreciate it, everybody at the club, and wish everybody very well for the future. Thank you.